Hello, everybody. Elise with CatTerrific Rescue, chiming in with real-time animal rescue. I am just about to head over to the property. I got my light on. I've got my stand ready to go, and I switched vehicles so that they have a warm place to sleep tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and just switch my camera over. We're pretty close to the location that we're trapping, so it will just take a few moments to get there. So bear with me, y'all. Okay. So I'm just going to turn this camera off for temporary. I do that just to protect our privacy, more so for safety reasons. You just got to be so careful with the internet these days. Luckily, we have never had any kind of hang up. Trained well so that we know how to do, but that is what I'm doing. So we're almost to the property. I'm just coming around the corner here. If you'll check out our video from early, I have 7 traps on this property. We have a goal of 6 kitties tonight. Okay, here we go. So, I took a video earlier kind of explaining how our traps work. With our rescue, no trap is the same, especially after they've been used a time or two, because cats will bend them up and make them all wonky. But we got them all set up. We put the pads in, we put the food in, practiced making sure that they all close, and then removed all of the pipe cleaners that were in there. Now is just a matter of coming and seeing who has gotten caught inside these traps and what our next steps are. So I'm going to put you on my chest cam. It is going to be more of a quieter situation because we do our best to respect everyone's privacy, and that also means being respectful of, just being quiet. It's dark out, so I've got my headlamp on. All right, that should give you a decent view when I'm looking into cages. I'm going to try to make sure you guys can see. I'm really hoping that when I walk out there, everyone is already set, but we shall see. All right, so I've got my keys. I got extra cat food should we need it. And, all right. So first things first. I get my car opened up. As you can see, I've got a tarp down, and then I've got a mattress cover, just kind of making sure that the seats are covered. If we get boy cats especially, they will spray. Girls can spray too, contrary to a lot of people's beliefs. But all right, I'm going to go quiet for a little bit, and let's go check our traps. Okay. Cool. I hope you guys can see. In all reality, I think the video can see just about as much as I can. When this one goes down, it goes down. So I definitely need to see cats walking around the traps. That one is still open. This one is open. And we just want to make sure the food's still in there. Leave this guy alone. Yep. So I was trying to keep it sensitive. Set it. Okay. So this guy. This one is still open. It's untouched. Set it off. So that went down easily. Still good. Closed cages here. So first thing I'm gonna do is press the key. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Now we want to make sure this guy, as you can see, already has an ear tip. Hi, sweetie. You're just a little kid. You've already been fixed. Yeah, you're not who we're looking for. Double look, yeah. It's been 10 months. So we'll let this little sticker go. It's okay. They go fast, so. Okay. So all that food. That's why I brought extra food. So this will come back to my truck. Alright, let's see. Oh, shoot, you can fix it. Let's see. It's okay. It's okay. Because those were the closest to everything. Well, darn it. I was hoping we'd have a little better luck, but that's okay. It's still early in the night. Yeah, preserve my battery. Okay. Just want to fish out all the stuff that's in here. Oh, I didn't even have the ear. So that's helpful. Back down in there. So this one is ready to go back. Doors open, food's in. And I'm just gonna do the second one real quick. And this is the one with the twist tie I was messing with earlier. So I'm glad that it's working. We're gonna put some more food in here. And if I'm not having luck in my traps, sometimes I'll switch it up and I'll just put some of this dry food on top. There's a lot of cats that are finicky about what kind of food, which is wild because they're homeless. You'd think they'd just eat anything. But hey, I have preferences too, so I can't blame them. Okay, so I got you set up right here in a minute. Happy to see that our traps are working. Come on, Elise, what are you doing here? Oh, let me turn on my light. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take these two back. Eat. So, if my traps don't end up having any in the next 15, then I will go and I'll sprinkle some dry food inside of them. Kind of try to promote them from going inside. And as of right now, it's just the waiting game. So, I come in the car. And wait. Craziness. Oh, sorry, guys. So this is the waiting part. Can we do? So I can tell you guys a little bit about CatTerrific. So the founder, Kelleen, and her husband started, being advocates for cats when they were in Ireland. Her husband lives in Ireland, or is from Ireland. And I'm just gonna warm up my car. I hate to close the door and open it all the time. Maybe I should do that. Give it a few minutes. If I just get my seat warm, then I'm pretty good. Anyway, so they took on a lot of community cats and helped get them fixed and placed into homes, etc. And then when they moved to the cane beds of Arizona, she took over her mom's property. And her mom was always a big advocate for animals, TNR, trapping, just a big animal advocate in general. And she always had cats. So Kelleen kind of took on that and started offering just assistance to all of these cats that needed it. And as time went on, people started realizing that she was taking care of the cats, so they started dumping them on her property. And you got to check out the website for their stories. Kelleen and I are going to link up, and we're going to start giving you guys a bit of a story time on real time. I'm really excited to start doing that, but a lot of them come up pretty banged up, usually pregnant if it's a female, but I mean, it's pretty awful, the circumstances that these cats went through before they found sanctuary with Kelleen. But she just started taking on the vetting costs herself, and it wasn't until about 2 years ago that one of her friends recommended she gets a 501c3 started. Even though she was taking care of 30 cats and working with best friends to continue to trap and get these other community cats fixed. So that's when I found CatTerrific, and I've only been with them since January, February, and I am really excited because they needed more people in Ground Zero. And we're calling that Colorado City right now. So before COVID, Best Friends Humane Society actually had a community cat program where they would bring veterinarian services to our town, and they would trap and neuter and tip their ear and all those things. But COVID kind of shut all of that kind of stuff down, and in that, their community cat program shut down as well. So now the people that are doing community cat services, meaning TNR and basically being an advocate for outdoor cats, are nothing but volunteers. So she was like, this needs to change. We need to get the education out there now before it's too far gone. And I mean, we started getting a list of people that need our services, meaning that they have more than 2 unfixed cats roaming their property. The majority of people say that they have about 6 to 7. The place where I live, they have 6 to 7. I know another woman that actually has 30 that she needs taken care of. And but people just don't realize is cats, they repopulate like rabbits. It's it's crazy. One unfixed cat can have, like, I'd have to get the actual number, but they have a litter of 4 to 6 kittens, and then they can give birth as early as 6 months old. And so those I for sure know. And then they can have a new litter like every few months. I mean, it's insane. So we're trying to get ahead of the problem. It's just the peak or the beginning of kitten season, and so it's just going to keep getting more and more serious. And if we've already got about 1,000 cats roaming Colorado City alone, not including Hilldale, the Cane Beds, all the cities that are very, very close to here, uh, that's going to become, 15,000 really fast. So we're just trying to help. I have been in contact with animal control, and his almost exact words were, "We don't do cats," so that means that they're just not really seen. So we have to start it all ourselves, and that's what we're gonna do, and we're excited about it. I just got a bunch of flyers out and printed those at the library, and the librarian actually said that she would love for us to start a cat education seminar. So if we can put together a curriculum of some sort, and sounds like the library will host us for that and invite people personally to come and learn about cats, and hopefully that will help with donations would be great, but more so volunteers. It took me 30 minutes to get these 7 traps put out this afternoon. So, if we have 2 hands, that 30 minutes can turn into 15. And if we have more than 2 hands, or, more than just 2 people, then it grows rapidly. So, yes, that's kind of how it goes. I'm sorry, I feel kind of weird just talking, but I guess that's better than sitting in silence. Sorry, guys, I'm a little awkward. Okay, my butt is nice and warm. All right, so it's been a little bit of time. I'm thinking we should go back and get going to go check some more traps. So I'm gonna put you guys in my little thingy. Please hold. All right. We're gonna go check these traps, and hopefully we've got some. Yeah, because if there's no cats, I'm gonna wish I brought it up. Okay. I have to be quiet. You guys can see as much as I can. It's dark. So this is a perfect example as to how a cage didn't go off, but the food got ate. So that sucks. Okay. So he was just smart enough not to. Darn it. All right. So okay. I think my situation is okay. Good thing I brought the food. This is all. It was very clean. Here. Nobody's eating it. So sprinkle a little bit. I know that they can get it, but they can eat the food that's on there. Encourage them. This is okay. It's all good, cats. I definitely see that's so weird. So cool. Yeah, so this was all put down, so that was not ideal. This seems cool. But it's scarier. Okay. Well, that was a bummer. But it is what it is. It's only 8:15, so it could be worse. Turn on the heat again because it's cold. So, do we have anybody watching that has any questions for me? If you leave a message in the comments, I'm happy to answer any. Since we've got another 15 minutes to kill. Anybody? No comments. Okay. Well, we're just waiting. I'm really awkward on camera like this. If anyone had any questions, that'd be great. Do we have any questions about tap on the comment to show it on the screen? Oh, see, I can even show your guys' comments. So comment and I'll be happy to answer any questions. To give everyone a recap, my name is Elise. I am with CatTerrific Rescue, located on the edge of Arizona and Utah. We're in southern Utah, and we're actually in Colorado City, Arizona today. But if you were to look at a map, Colorado City and Hilldale, Utah, they're twin cities, and I mean, we're 5 minutes from the border, so a lot of people refer to this area as Uzona, which is as a learning curve for myself. But yes, so we're just on the edge. The main place where we are taking our cats to get fixed is Best Friends Humane Society. I don't know why my phone keeps going dark. I don't know if that's happening to you guys. How do I turn that off? You know, once upon a time, I was tech savvy, and then now my nieces and nephew are way more tech savvy than I am. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has that revelation. Let me just check my settings real quick. Okay. All right. So, we're just waiting. Little update about the entirety of today is I have 6 surgery spots for TNR tomorrow morning at Best Friends Humane Society. So we're hoping to catch 6 cats tonight. I know that there are several here to catch. We did already catch 3, but every single one of those were already fixed. So we're hoping that in the next, now that I moved the traps around and I added some, I think this is better lighting, I added some dry food, perhaps they will be better activity. Annabelle is somebody that volunteers to do community cat services as well, and I just saw her last week, and she had, I believe it was 6 or 7, and she was out until midnight trapping. So that is a very common thing, and it could be what I'm up for tonight, but let's just hope not. We shall see. So if you want to see the beginning of what it looked like to set up the traps and all of that, I did post a video. We went live at 6:15ish, so I would highly recommend going through that. This is our first time really streaming with real time, and so it's very, very choppy, and I appreciate everybody giving me a break. But yeah, I went into detail just kind of how our traps work, and the reason why we put liners in, and the reason why we cover them. But yeah, I would recommend going and watching that video because you can kind of see the differences between each trap that we're using. We have a really good set of traps right now. All of them are able to be accessed from the backside, which is so nice because I do not have long arms. And so when I'm trying to put a bowl of food in the very back of a cage and it's going off on me every 4 seconds because I can't reach the very back and I keep hitting the little pad. Yeah, so I really like these back loading traps. and they're a little bit bigger, which is a problem and it's not. I like that they're bigger for the cat's sake, because once we trap these guys, they are they're in those traps all night tonight. Then they go into the surgery center, they get their surgeries, they pull all the linen and refresh it, put food in there, and then they wake up in those traps again. And then ideally, they stay in that for another night and are released the next day, because they have a hard time regulating their body temperature after anesthesia. So, yeah, ideally, we like them in the bigger cages because it's not as tight. I mean, we've also had to do what we've had to do, and if a big cat gets caught in a kitten trap, we have to just kind of go with the flow if all of our traps are full. And then after their surgery, we try to put the appropriate size cat in the appropriate size cage. But being that we're a nonprofit, and I mean, I'm doing this on volunteer time, as are most of the people doing this. Even our founders, the only reason why they have a 501c3 is because she's been doing this for probably 15 to 20 years, just out of her own pocket and her own time. And so, we just kind of do what we have. And that's why donations are so important. We just officially are a nonprofit as in the last couple of years. So if you go to our website, www.CatTerrificRescue.org, you can donate on there. We also have an account with PayPal, Venmo, and Bitcoin, and Cash App. So if you go to our Facebook pages, all of that is tagged on there. Again, it's at CatTerrific Rescue. But yeah, we could always use donations. In-kind donations are fantastic too. So, bed sheets, pillowcases, linens that nobody wants, old curtains. I mean, if it fits in a trap or fits on a trap, then we need it. Because you just can't have enough. We could definitely use more traps. I know that this week is actually a tricky one for everybody, because we've got surgery spots tomorrow morning, and then there's surgery spots the day after. And so because we're using the traps, we're using 7 of them right now. That means that for the other 6 spots, Annabelle had to go and just resource them from anywhere and everywhere. And so if you check out our wish list, you can kind of see what traps go for. We can always use more of those. Food donations. We're taking care of a lot of feral colonies because there is just an overabundance of them. We're trying to cut down on their repopulating, so that's why we TNR, trap, neuter, and return. But that doesn't mean that they don't need taken care of anyway. A lot of people have this misconception that an outdoor cat is an outdoor cat and they can fend for themselves, except they're not getting the proper nutrition that they need. A lot of the times they're eating scraps, and that's making for sick cats. And sick cats, I mean, you don't really want that around. And it's also really sad and awful for them. So yeah, we support a lot of the people that have the heart for this and are feeding colony cats. All right, well, we've got 10:26. I'm just trying to talk. If you guys have any comments or questions, please say something so that I got more to talk about, because we got a long night ahead of us with no cats trapped by 8:30. Ah, darn it. That one trap got eaten out of. It's because the ledge is too far up, and so the cats just like put their little paws on it and reach over, and they're so smart. Darn it. But okay, it's been probably long enough. I want to just go do another walkthrough, so let me switch my camera around. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna go do another walkthrough. My sweet baby, it's okay. And your ears tip. It's okay, Into the night, just like that. Lighter, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set this up. Sorry guys, my camera's going over. See how Well, 'tis an uneventful night. Gosh darn it. So, we've trapped 4 cats, and all of them have been fixed. So, at this point of the night, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to Colleen and let her know. So, I'm just going to take a brief second, probably turn my camera off for just a minute, but yeah, call and let her know that it is not going as planned, but like I said, we could be out here till midnight, so it's gonna be one of those nights. Okay. I'll be right back with you guys. I gotta let her know that we are having an unsuccessful night as of yet. But we're only, an hour into checking traps, so this is something that you just wait. Sit around and wait. Alright, guys. So, I just gave Colleen a little update that we have trapped, I believe, 4, but none of them that need fixed. So that's a bummer, because we really don't want to let our surgery spots go. But that is just a part of this. It's only 8:30, so we've got a while yet. I sure could use some volunteers. So if you're in Arizona or southern Utah, northern Arizona, it would be nice to not just sit here in the darkness. Does anybody have any questions for me as far as TNR is concerned? You can leave it in the comments and they'll come up. None. Okay. I know this is a lot of fun. I can give everyone an update again on what we're doing. Turn on the car so it's warming up a bit. So my name is Elise. I am with CatTerrific Rescue. We do services for community cats. So if anybody has outdoor cats that are roaming their property, we schedule a time for us to come and trap train. So we did that yesterday. I wish we had started a few days earlier. That probably would have helped. So hindsight's 2020. But trap training is when we prop open the traps so that they can't close, and we just leave food in there for a few nights consecutively so that they start to get comfortable with the traps being around, and they're comfortable being in them. We actually got a cute little video that I'll post on our Facebook page later. The cats were just sleeping in the cages, so that was really cute. We thought that would mean for some hopefulness tonight, but it is what it is. We have trapped four cats so far tonight, but all of them have already been fixed, and we can tell that based off of their ear tipping. So when they go in for their surgery, they'll snip a little corner of their ear off, or just give it a little tag, and that lets us know that they've already been fixed. They don't need to be messed with. And even though that can seem cruel, it's really not. It happens while they're under anesthesia, getting spayed and neutered, and it's a lot less terrorizing to them to just heal from that than be trapped again and again and again and brought back in to check whether or not they have gotten fixed. Because a lot of the times, a feral cat is like a raccoon. You're not going to be able to put your hand in there. Some of them, you have to actually be really careful carrying the cages, because I've had cats full on just make their noses bloody by hitting the sides and trying to get at you and everything. So this is something that does take you know, a little bit more caution when you're doing it. What else am I leaving out? So for this specific one, we have 6 surgery spots tomorrow at Best Friends Humane Society at 8 a.m. And so that means that we're going to be trapping all night. We'd like to fill all 6 spots. I'd like to at least fill 1 spot. It's crazy that none have actually needed fixed yet, because we know that there are a lot. But we have been trapping here for about a month. So, I mean, good on us. And it always makes it harder when you've been working at the same location for a while, because, you know, now all the ones are like, oh yeah, it's really not that bad if you go in and get food. I've already done it once. It's like, okay, you're taking up spots that could already have been taken. Oh well, oh well. Let's see, what else am I leaving out? So because we're in Colorado City, Arizona, we have to leave here around 7 a.m. I'll pick up Kelleen. Luckily, my husband is letting us use his vehicle. That is one of the biggest issues that Kelleen had before I was brought on, because you can only fit so many traps in a small car. We're really hoping that we can fundraise and be able to eventually get a van, because then the cats have a place to stay overnight and be transported to and from, and then stay over the night, the second night, in case there's any complications with surgery. Especially when it's colder out, cats have any animal that's been under anesthesia has a hard time regulating their body temperature for at least 24 hours. So we try to keep them warm for that temporary period. But, we've had plenty of cats that are just so terrified of being confined that it is better for them to just be let out. They are injected with a pain medication to help with the incision, and they're also given fluids vaccines. So really they're getting a good bump up regardless of what condition they come in. Cats that need severe vetting, we will, you know, one of the things we do is take care of that. Kelleen has around, we just looked at the numbers yesterday, 32 cats in her care. All of them kind of just trickled in from different circumstances, but they've all had some vetting that needed to be done. So the first thing is always getting them fixed. And then there's a couple cases that we have with a disease, a gum disease, where they've had to have teeth extracted. There was one that had completely lost all use of its tail. A lot of that is from people grabbing their tails or swinging them by their tails. There's a very huge lack of empathy for community cats in this area. I don't want to get into that too much because it's pretty brutal, but that's why we're doing what we're doing. We really want to get into the education system. I've got a few different teachers that are on board with getting us into the local schools, and then the local library actually wants to have us come and teach about cats and community cats and how we can help them. So, you know, we're just going to start with the young generation, and hopefully that can trickle on and kind of help kiddos understand as they get older that it's good to give animals empathy, whether they are, you know, roaming the streets or not. So that's kind of what we're doing. I always feel like it goes so much slower than it is. 8:46. I went out there. I try to go out about every 15 minutes, but you know, it's a process. This person just got home. They probably think I'm nuts. I am. It's CatTerrific. Nuts. Okay. Well, I may as well flip the camera around. We can go do another walkthrough. I'm going to make this one brief. If I don't see the cages closed, I'm going to try not to interfere because the later it gets, the more active they are. And I know all of my traps are working properly except for that one by the dumpster, so I'll check that one. But okay, here we go. Let me get my camera flipped around. Oops, not turned off. Camera back facing. All right. Oh, it's nice and warm in here. Okay. Please leave comments if you have any. It gives me something to engage with instead of just talk to a screen. Okay. Off we go, y'all. Really open. Haven't used one. Hi. I haven't had any luck. Well, I did catch 4, but all of them have already been taken.
So all 4 of those have already been taken?
Yeah, they already had their little ear tipping.
You know
So
what ones you're trying to look for?
anyone that doesn't already have their ear trimmed.
And I think there's a few of them.
Yeah, I thought I seen some the other day. So it's just a matter of the waiting game. They're all too smart for me. I did my trap default didn't work over by the dumpster, and so someone got a full helping of food without getting caught. But beyond that, I think what I'm gonna do, I've probably been checking too frequently. They're getting all wigged out. So I'll probably give it a 30-minute break now, and then I'll come back.
Yeah, that's probably the best
We need
idea
we
for
need
now.
6. Yeah. Oh, so I put all the food in there so that they're not trying to get to it. Just because we're trying to get them to eat out of my traps. Is this one fixed already? Hi, sweet baby. Meow. Come here. Yeah, it looks like her one ear is tipped. Is that Freya?
Yeah.
Freya? Okay, yeah, I took Freya last week. Hi, sweet Freya. I know, I'm so mean. Well, we could give you a bowl of food. You've already. Here, Freya. I know, they're so good to you, and then I'm a jerk. Oh, you're a sweet girl. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay, Freya. It's okay. Have you guys seen Freya's kittens?
I think we've seen like a few of them.
Yeah, I heard she had some kittens somewhere. Hopefully when they're older. I think they were still pretty young because we took her in to get fixed just last week. But hopefully we'll be able to catch some of those guys too.
I don't think we've fixed any of those.
Yeah, they have to be 3 weeks. So they gotta get to a certain weight. Such a good girl. I'm sorry I locked your food up, honey. Trying to make the other cats hungry.
When you're trying to catch cats, it took like an hour.
Yeah. I've been out here for an hour, so I'm thinking if I just let them be for a little bit, that'll be the way to go. Because I know they're around. I definitely see eyeballs whenever I'm doing anything. So, all right. Well, see you later. Yeah, happy to help. Well, guys, as you kind of heard, everyone's kind of wigged out because I keep checking the traps, and it's probably a lot quieter there on a consistent basis. So that's more my fault than anything. So all the traps are set. I gotta just have some faith in the process. I'll probably go ahead and log off for a while. I mean, I've been checking about every 15 minutes, but that's just too much for them. Cats are so hypersensitive to their surroundings. So I'll probably set an alarm and come back. An hour probably couldn't hurt. I've done that before. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back in an hour. It's gonna be a late night of trapping. I can feel it. Because then it's just bacon enough. All right. In that case, I'm gonna log out for now. Let's see what time it is. It's 9 o'clock, so I'll be back at 10 p.m. for those that are still up and willing. Thank you so much for joining me on this extravaganza. Again, if you want to donate or get involved, we could use remote help too, just with getting our word out and reaching out to people as we get inquiries. So you can sign up to volunteer on our website, www.CatTerrificRescue.org. All right, that's all for now. Ta-ta.